We all know that person. You know, that one who forgets everything that you tell them. It's like they have, what's that thing called again? All right, VYG, so we are back with another tip, and it's question time. Question is, how far is the East from the West? How far is the East from the West? I don't mean East Division here in Fiji from West Division. I don't mean that. No, actually know which way was which there. But how far is the East itself from the West? We'll come back to that a bit later on. But today's tip is called Amnesia, as maybe you could guess already from that brief intro. And as I asked, or as I said earlier on, we all know that person who they forget everything. I mean, we tell them something and then we check on them, I don't know, 5 minutes later, an hour later, and it's completely gone from their mind. Sometimes you even have to record yourself telling them some important information so you have proof that you actually told them. And this is very, very annoying. I face it as well, and it also irritates me, but we can learn something from it. And the thing we can learn from it actually goes back to that question, which is sort of a trick question, but at the same time, not really. Because actually one of the psalmists said that God, He takes our transgressions or sins as far from us as the East is from the West. And this is for you who are watching this and you feel like your mistakes will always be so close to you or a part of you. This is for those of you who are watching this right now and you constantly find your conscience heavy. You feel so guilty. Things that if you had a time machine, you would go back and you would sort them out. Similar to something we've discussed before in these tips. But the lesson that can be learned is that God literally, when He looks at someone who's really changed, when He looks at someone who's really repented, He doesn't see their mistake anymore. It's not like, you know, there's that person who remembers when you were a child and sometimes they say, you were a really naughty boy. But you know it's your mom or your aunt, your uncle, and they've got past it, but they still remember. With God, it's not like that. The slate is completely wiped clean. And it would be wonderful if there was a button that we could push and we would actually forget what we've done. But we don't have to. We can behave as though we have. Someone sees you from your past and they give you that look, you know, that look that shows that they're thinking about what you used to be. Just act like it never happened. I mean, most of the time when I tell people about how I used to be, they can't believe it. They either think they don't really always think I'm making it up, but they really get shocked. They're really amazed because the way I am now is completely different. I don't behave like I was that person, that criminal, that violent person. I don't behave like that. I act as though I have amnesia. And that's today's tip. No, I'm only joking, I remember. Today's tip is amnesia. Make sure that from now on you behave as though those things never existed. Please, I don't mean you who are consciously doing what's wrong still. I mean those of you who really want to move forward with your life. Because, I mean, if you don't behave like you have a chip on your shoulder, then even if other people around you try to point the finger, eventually they'll have to come round as well. Make sure you apply this tip, VYG, and I know that soon you become the youth that you're always meant to be. Until next time, take care. God bless.